introductions webinar to the Goldwater Scholar community. My name's Teddy. I'm the 2021 scholar and one of the co-coordinators for the Community Council this year. And I'm very excited to share some of our information with you.
Yeah, and I'm Leah, a 2020 scholar, which sounds very old now. I'm also super excited to welcome you guys. This is always like the most exciting part of the year for us. And throughout the webinar, you're going to be hearing from a variety of chairs about the initiatives that we have going on and what exactly the Goldwater Scholar community is, how you can get involved, and who is really a part of it. Cool. So what is the GSC? We can sort of explain it as a network of scholars helping scholars. So while the GSC is affiliated with the Goldwater Foundation, which is what gave you guys the scholarship, we are actually volunteer-based. So it's completely dependent on scholar engagement, including me and Teddy and a variety of other people that leads a variety of committees and chair positions that lead initiatives. So that is basically what we're introducing you to today and explaining how you can be connected to the whole GSC or Goldwater Scholar community.
And more specifically, we've written our mission, the 3 bullet points to our mission here. Essentially, we want to foster connections by things like this introduction webinars, welcome party socials, networking events that we're going to put on for you. But all of them really are geared towards growing this sense of community. We want you to feel like even though we're scattered all across America, we are, through the wonders of technology, still able to meet virtually and make friends with each other across thousands of miles. And finally, this is something that the third point is something we've discussed a lot with our internal committees, which is we want to help the foundation promote diversity and inclusion in the application for Goldwater Scholars, and that's important to a lot of our committee members. And what these mission points translate into is bunch of exciting events and initiatives, or at least exciting to us, and we hope you would join us in building a community for Goldwater Scholars. I also would like to take this time to introduce you guys to Dr. Jean Matea, who is the president of the Goldwater Foundation, and he will speak to you a little bit about his visions for this community.
Mm-hmm.
Good afternoon. I'm John Matea. I am the president of the Goldwater Scholarship Foundation, and I wanted to join you this afternoon just for a few minutes, mostly to congratulate all of our 2023 scholars for being selected in this year's competition. You are clearly all well along on your way to very promising research careers. Being selected for a Goldwater Scholarship marks an important milestone along your career path, but it really is only one of many milestones you should be seeking. You should use the work you did to put together your Goldwater application as the basis for your graduate school applications and for additional scholarship applications like the NSF Graduate Research Fellowship, the Hertz, Marshall, Gates Cambridge, Churchill fellowships. So the thinking that and planning that went into putting together your Goldwater application really is the basis for all of these other applications. So many of you may think that the gold in Goldwater is its financial support, and that's certainly important. But the real value to winning this scholarship, in my opinion, is becoming a member of the Goldwater Scholar community, which is what you're going to learn more about today. This community was developed only a few years ago in 2018 so that Goldwater scholars could help Goldwater scholars achieve their career aspirations. There will be webinars that feature Goldwater scholars who talk about their experiences applying for fellowships, and other webinars where Goldwater scholars who applied to graduate school will talk about their graduate school application experience, and applying for fellowship and life in graduate school. While COVID over the last few years curtailed these activities, I know that the current Goldwater Scholar community leadership is anxious to organize Goldwater Scholar meetups around the country. The ones that occurred prior to COVID, which was only about a year's worth, were really great successes. So I'm going to stop here because you're going to hear more about all of these activities and others that the community is planning. I do want to encourage you to become actively involved, of course, as your time permits. Again, congratulations on being named a Goldwater Scholar in 2023, and we look forward to your involvement in the community. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Dr. Matea. That was awesome. So I'm just going to talk a little bit more about what the GSC is before we get started into talking about all the different committees within the GSC. So again, GSC stands for Goldwater Scholar Community. And so what it started as really was in 2018, a collection of Goldwater scholars who got together and decided that they wanted to create a community that existed outside of the formal scholarship process. So something that you'll see when you become involved with the Goldwater community with the GSC is that you're able to sort of get involved in whatever way works for you, and it's very scholar driven. So again, as I said, while we are affiliated with the Goldwater Foundation, we're separate in that it's completely scholar engagement that drives the process. So that was our birth year, 2018, before I was named a scholar. And then in 2019, we rolled out a website as well as a variety of committees, which is the basis of the GSC itself and everything that you're going to be hearing about today. And then in 2020, as part of diversity and inclusion efforts, we rolled out the Goldwater Scholarship Application Guide, which was put together through pretty much tens and dozens of scholars who were able to explain their own resources and how they prepped their own Goldwater application guide. And you all might have used it as well. So then in 2021, we actually had our very first Goldwater or GSC conference, which was a collection of scholars in the conference committee putting on a conference for everyone across the country. And it was very well attended. So we had keynote speakers, career panelists, and a variety of social opportunities as well. So that leads us to 2023, which is your year. And we're very, very excited to have you here and name new Goldwater scholars and to see how you can fit into the GSC community. So that is the overall basis and the timeline, and we're really excited to see what happens next. Okay, awesome.
And I remember when I was sitting in a similar introduction webinar when I received a scholarship, I was thinking like, who are these people? Like, you might see their names in Slack. Some of them have profile pictures, some of them don't. But in an effort to try to, I guess, humanize the community and the committee members to you, I've made this slide with all the committees and their chair photos, in case just to put a face to a name and for you to know who to Slack message if you're interested in joining a particular committee. And also, I forgot to say in the beginning, if you have your phones ready, I would have it handy because there will be a lot of QR codes in the next dozen of slides that you might not want to miss.
And when Teddy says many, there's very many. So get them ready.
If you do want to go back and see the links, we will send the slides out to you, but I don't know, it's hard for me to remember which slides people are talking about stuff. So cool. And I guess we weren't supposed to, but I just want you guys to know the council application is open already. This is the first of the QR slides that I talked about, and we want you to come and apply to be either members or co-chairs on the committee. You might have noticed a lot of our current council chairs, a lot of our current committee chairs are in this webinar also, and we're from all different types of years. You don't need to feel like, oh, I need to wait a year or two before I'm senior enough to become a chair. That is totally a misconception. Cool.
Absolutely.
That's it. Okay. Hi, everyone. So I'm not sure. Okay, cool. The spotlight is working. So I'm Amanda. I'm one of the co-coordinators for the social media and events committee. And so we manage a few social media accounts. You can access all of them through the link tree, which I put the QR code for there. The link tree is also really great for like different RSVP forms that we're going to be putting out for the events that we're hosting, and just for accessing important websites. Our Goldwater Scholar Community website, if you haven't had the chance to look at that yet, that's a really great source of information for upcoming events and also previous events that we've hosted. We're going to be putting most of the information on Instagram as well. So you should follow our Instagram. I saw that a lot of you have already started following it. And the YouTube is also going to be great for looking at past webinars. So thank you.
I know a lot of us are here because they want to hear more about the Scholar Welcome events, so we put them at a glance for you. This is the similar table to what we sent out yesterday and to you guys at night. If you weren't able to catch it, here it is again. And Amanda has been very nice to put all of it in the link tree so you don't have to keep track of it. Oh, and I guess just want to point out that each of these links is clickable. So the actual link to the event set, whether it's Zoom or GatherTown, whatever, you can just click on them and don't have to keep track of them separately. And the first of these events is the welcome party, which I believe Amanda will explain.
Yes. Okay. Okay, I'm back, guys. Hello. We've been working really hard to put together this welcome party for you. So it's going to be on GatherTown, and today is kind of more of us talking to you, giving you information, but this welcome party is going to be a really great opportunity to like meet other scholars, meet people in the 2023 class, 2022, all the different classes, play some trivia. Should be fun. And then we have a few games set up for you afterwards, and hopefully it'll help to kind of create that community, even though we are so far spread out across the United States. So the RSVP form is here. And so if you could RSVP right now, that would be really great if you can make it. We're also going to be posting this information, of course, on our social media and on the website. So yeah, RSVP, you can always message me too if you have any questions, and we hope to see you all there. It's next weekend, by the way, so it's coming up.
Yeah, and this is usually our most attended social events. So if you do want to connect with Goldwater scholars across the country, this is probably your best bet.
Yeah, no pressure on that or anything.
No pressure.
But we would love to see you there and actually talk to you rather than having us talk at you.
Hello. So I'm Sarah. I am a scholar from 2022. So just last year I was in your shoes and I was in this very meeting like a year ago. So just like Teddy said, don't feel like you have to give it a year before you want to join and help with the committee. But I'm a co-chair for social media events, just like Amanda. And in addition to looking at social media, so having that kind of outreach, we also do social events, and we plan them and then help to run them as well. So we've done a lot of social events in the past to try to create a good sense of community. We've done like mocktail hours. So we've had people from different grad schools, Goldwater scholars who are already in grad school can come and talk to you about like the application process and how they're doing. Just more like fun topical talks about like things that are going on in the news, but then also we can talk about things like career fairs and how to travel and how to manage having pets while you're in grad school, really anything that you might be interested in. So if you're interested in kind of planning events like these and hosting them for the community, it'd be great to join the social media and events committee. If you feel like you have interesting ideas for things you might want to see, you can also reach out and share those ideas, and we can see what we can do. Because we're always looking to host new exciting events to kind of build up a good sense of community.
Hello everyone. It's so wonderful to meet all of you guys here. My name is Thian Nguyen, and I'm a 2022 scholar, and currently I am a co-webinar chair for the GSC this year. I enjoyed the council last year, and I can say that it has been an amazing experience. Everyone really friendly and supportive, and I think what makes it GSC really special that like the opportunity to shape the community in a way that you want it to be. So if you interested in getting some great leadership experience, as well as learning from other scholars and helping the future scholar, it is a great way to do it. And I just want to talk a bit about what we have been doing in the past year and something coming up. I will actually helping the scholar grow personally and professionally. So over the past few years, we have been hosting online webinar through Zoom, and some topics that we cover included applied to NSF or FP, applying to NIH Alpha Cambridge program, and apply to UK fellowships such as Churchill, Marshall and Rowe, and things like that. So we really want to connect you with Goldwater scholar who have been in your school before, that they apply to the fellowship, and they willing to share all the insight that they have with you guys. So something that will be coming up, that's the LMD PhD writing feedback workshop, and it will be on April 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we actually have our banner list for this workshop highlighted here. So again, the MD-PhD student actually also undergo all the process, and they willing to share their experience and give you advice. So Chu Ryan Redmond, Jaden, and Maggie Bennett will join us on April 5th, and feel free to SRVF for the workshop with this QR code, and a couple things will coming up with our committee is our mental health webinar and UK fellowship webinar. And but before we move on, I want to emphasize that if you have any idea for a webinar or feedback that what we can help you and also improve the webinar, feel free to DM me or Amanda on the Slack. And we really are here, just want to help with your needs. So yeah, feel free to reach out to us. And so yeah, I will pass it on to Amanda to share about her experience with the webinar.
Yeah, so I've gotten to work with Tian this past year as well. It's been really great. We've hosted some really great webinars, and one of the really nice things is that these are for you as scholars to grow and to learn from past scholars, but also we try to open these up to all undergraduate or graduate or any students. So we can really help people and give them insight when it comes to things like the MD PhD application process, or what is grad school like. And like Tian said, so if you guys have any ideas, if there's any sort of webinar that you'd really like to see us host, please feel free to DM either of us. And also, if you'd like to help out with planning these kinds of webinars and like finding panelists and stuff, we'd really like to have people join our committee. So
I also just want to quickly cut in. Thian, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is not like a typical webinar where it's like a bunch of people just talking at you. The thing you have planned right now is like Goldwater scholars can literally ask like, how should I write this part, or can you give me feedback on this specific aspect of my application, right? That's so cool.
Yeah. And I tried other, like I also like apply for the UK fellowship before, and I with the help with a lot of like Goldwater scholar, and I think that it's super helpful to have like individual like feedback on how actually like I can improve on my writing. So I think it will be helpful to for our scholar who also will be applied for MD-PhD program soon to have individual like feedback on their writing. So yeah, so we will have a lot of MD-PhD student who was Goldwater scholar and help you with and provide you with individual feedback. So yeah, feel free to come, and I hope to see you guys there and have a help from the scholar.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jillian. So I'm one of the co-chairs for our Goldwater Symposium. So we've had the symposium for the past 3 years. This is our 3rd annual symposium. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about what we do in our symposiums. We always have a keynote. Last year, we had David Baker as our keynote, and then we have poster presentations or research talks from scholars. Last year, we had 15 research talks. This year, we're allowing for 20 research talks. And then the poster session, we can have as many posters as people would like to apply. So the main thing that I'm going to give you, there are QR codes, but the 2 QR codes are for you if you want to register right now for the symposium. And registering doesn't mean that you have to present or anything. It just means that you can come and join. There is 2 options if you want to register, though. It's either a free admission, or you can pay $15 for a t-shirt. And we're gonna have a t-shirt contest, but I'm gonna get into that in a second. So the one thing I do want to send in the link right now is abstracts. So we're going to be taking abstracts until July 15th. But if you have an abstract that you've done and you've really been interested in presenting it, you're more than welcome to submit it right now. And then you can be selected for either research talk, or you can do a poster presentation. And so we're also going to have an interactive workshop and a career panel this year. Our career panel, we're actually going to have a prior Goldwater scholar who is named, who goes by the name of Space Gal on social media. I don't know if you guys know her, but this is a little bit about her information. She's a really cool person. So we're really excited to have her on our panel, and we're going to have other scholars on our panel as well. So more details will come out. The symposium will be in August. It's going to be virtual. It's always virtual. And then this year, we're just going to have a 1-day symposium starting in the morning and ending in the early evening. And then if you want to do the t-shirt design contest, what we're doing is we're going to have scholars submit their t-shirt designs by June 1st. And then we're going to select the top 3, our symposium conference committee. And then we're going to put the 3 top designs on social media, and we're going to have people select the top 3 designs so we can have everyone's choice into those. So if you're interested in submitting your t-shirt design, we would love that. And the only thing is you have to just submit it as a picture, or it can be submitted as a PDF, whatever's easiest for you. So for the first stages, so that's completely fine. So if you want to draw it out on a piece of paper and take a picture of it and submit it, that is perfect. If you're good with like digital design, you can do that as well. So it's up to your choice. And so, yeah, so the last thing that I want to send in the chat is also our Eventbrite. So of course you can do the QR code, but if you are not a person who is good with QR codes and you just want the link, that's the link to the Eventbrite. And here's a picture is actually the people who attended. That's just one page because, you know, I think there's only 25 that can fit on a Zoom screen, but we did have 150 registered attendees last year. And we had about the same number in our first symposium as well. So we're hoping to have just as many, if not more. So definitely apply. So the next thing that I do want to talk about is on the next slide. So if you're interested in joining the symposium, you're interested in joining it for the summer, we're actually taking applications for this year's Goldwater Symposium. So if you want to be on the committee and help organize by selecting the research talks or by designing our events like social media posts and stuff like that, you can definitely join. So we're going to put up the QR code for you to be able to apply right now. The application will be due April 28th. So it is pretty soon, but that's also because we're going to need our scholars to help us prepare for our symposium this August. So that's why the application is due. It's a fairly decent sized application. But if you need any help or any questions, definitely reach out to me. You can reach out to me on Slack. My name is Jillian Navarros. But if you're better with email, I can send in my email into the chat right now. So however you guys feel, but definitely apply if you want to apply. If not, then definitely attend the symposiums because it's going to be great.
Hi guys, I'm Justice Robinson. I'm a co-chair for the mentorship program. So we will get started. So as part of the Scholars Helping Scholars, the mentorship initiative has a goal to match another Goldwater scholar through the program with a younger Goldwater scholar. So since all of you guys have just won the Goldwater scholarship, we would pair you with somebody who's like way further on in their career, who really wants to help you and give you advice, and that could be professional, academic, personal guidance, etc. We have had a lot of really good feedback, and we're getting better every year. So this year we're doing things a little bit differently. Instead of just taking all of the information and randomly pairing you right off, we're going to be holding a mentor-mentee networking event. That's going to be on April 22nd at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So we will actually be sending information out within the next week to you guys to make sure you have information about that. After the networking event, we will release on May 7th mentor selection forms. And with that, we'll be able to kind of get down to maybe mostly specific of what you guys would want or who would be best to mentor you, or at least within like the criteria that you would be looking for that type of advice. So the next. So we do have a scholar directory on the GSC website. So it is made so you can connect with Goldwater scholars across all walks of life. Of course, you could reach out to them there or via Slack, which is always a really great choice. However, to sign up for the GSC mentorship program prior to sending out the forms, you would want to go ahead and make your profile, and at the ending of the screen when you are signing up, it should have a selection for you to select to be part of the mentorship program. It is not required. However, I would say from my own personal experience, I have been really, really fortunate to have like everyone from people who are like working in nonprofits to working in ER throughout the years, helping me become a much better scientist and a much better leader and mentor myself. So I really encourage you to do so. Of course, you don't have to, but it is a really fun time.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Kyle. I just had to check my CV, but I am a 2018 Goldwater Scholar, so been around a little bit. I'm going to talk to you about the Diversity and Inclusion Committee's efforts, and mainly that's the Goldwater Ambassador Program. So I'm one of the co-chairs of the Diversity and Inclusion Committee, along with Yasmin, who's not able to make it today, but you'll see her around the Slack. And the main effort that we're engaged in is called the Goldwater Ambassadors Program. So this is a program where Goldwater scholars mentor other young undergrads around the country in STEM, and it aims to bridge gaps in institutional knowledge through one-on-one mentorship. So this is designed for students at smaller schools, students from underrepresented backgrounds, things like that, who don't have access to the same sort of connections and information that students at, you know, the elite schools do. And I highly encourage you all to sign up to become a Goldwater ambassador. And what it looks like is you'll be paired with one or more mentees from these groups that don't have as much access to information and resources. And you'll engage in one-on-one mentorship and help them yes, we have lots of students from community colleges in the programs, students from HBCUs, all sorts of things. So it's a great way to give back to the community. I feel like, you know, we have a lot of privilege as Goldwater scholars, and it's sort of almost an obligation, I think, that we give back and help out the STEM community at large. So yeah, the first QR code there is to become an ambassador. There's going to be a training session in a few weeks. There'll be more information sent out about that. And things like that. Yes, thank you, Dr. Matea. And then also, if you know someone who, you know, if like you're the first Goldwater scholar from your school, or you have, you know, friends, you know, maybe other people at your school applied and weren't accepted, things like that. If you're in student organizations that cater to underrepresented groups, things like that. I'll put this in the chat. This is just a link to our website, or that second QR code is a direct link to the form to sign up to be a mentee in this program. So feel free to share that around. But yeah, the program's only a couple years old, but we've already had sort of, you know, well over 100 Goldwater scholars mentor, match to mentor, you know, even more than that, mentees. And so it's a really exciting program, and it is definitely sort of the highlight of my involvement with the Goldwater scholar community. Yeah, great. So if you're, oh, yeah, there's a question in the chat. We will answer lots of questions at the training session, but it sort of goes for a year with your mentees. But yeah, feel free to DM me on Slack or whatever. I'm happy to answer questions. And there will be lots more information posted in the Slack over the coming weeks too. Yeah, another way to sort of be involved more within the Goldwater community is we're having an ideas exchange on the 27th. And this is just a pretty informal, interactive way to meet other scholars, talk about, you know, what are challenges with diversity and inclusion at our schools, what solutions do you have, what has worked, what hasn't worked, and yeah, how do we create more equitable and inclusive communities? So that's happening on the 27th. There's a Zoom link there. I would just, you know, put on your calendar for April 27th at 8 Eastern if you're interested in that. And these have been a lot of fun in the past. I encourage you to attend this one as well. And then the last slide that I have, yeah, is if you're interested in sort of helping on the organizational side of the Goldwater Ambassadors program, all the work that we do behind the scenes, reaching out to the students that we want to mentor, doing the matching between the mentors and the mentees, the advertising, the social media, all of these things. And so, yeah, if you're interested in that, we meet currently Thursdays at 8 Eastern. And if you're interested, you can Slack me, you can Slack Yasmin, you can email her, or fill out the GSC Council application that where was a QR code for at the beginning, and there will be another one at the end of the presentation. So yeah, I encourage anyone who's interested in helping out on a higher organizational level to sign up to join the community. It's the committee. It's a great group of people that we've got. So thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so you heard from pretty much all the variety of committees that we have as part of the GSC under the umbrella of the GSC. So D&I, mentorship, webinar, et cetera, et cetera. So this is just going to be another plug to join the GSC. We have roles that include co-chair or chair positions, which is pretty much everyone that you were able to talk to today. But now we really want you to join as either the chair or as a committee member. So you can join in any capacity that you feel fit. And you can also talk to council members either through DMing or at the welcome party, which will be actually next week. But today the council application is open. So we're going to keep it open for around 3 weeks, and you'll hear more information later, but you can scan this QR code and just fill it out whenever you're able. It's not super hard, but it is an awesome way to get involved. So we want you to join this awesome community in any committee role that you feel is best. Okay, and then you've seen this before again, but these are all our upcoming events as of now. I put in the chat that you're going to see these over and over again. But if you add the GSC calendar, you'll able to see them as they update and have the links directly added to the calendar. So currently we're on the Intro to GSC webinar, which is a lot of us talking at you, but the welcome party is actually next week. So just want to clarify that. It's pretty much exactly a week from now at 6 p.m. Eastern. Like Teddy said, it's our biggest time to socialize with everyone, old and new, and really be able to talk face to face through Gather Town if any of you all have used that. And then we have a variety of other events that everyone has spoken about much more eloquently than I could, whether that's the mentor-mentee networking, D&I exchange, application writing webinars, and more. So if you're interested in those, you can always DM the people or the chairs that are involved, or you can just join any of the links. And I think Teddy's just briefly going to talk about some of these events too.
Yes, so we didn't have a slide for the research is hard event because that's still being put together at this very moment. But I do think it's a great event that you guys should try and attend if you can. Essentially, the idea was, at least for me and a lot of my friends, when you go into Goldwater, you think, oh, it's like this selective program or this like pretty prestigious award or whatever, and it doesn't give exactly a welcoming vibe, and we're here to combat that directly. And I think that's something I wanted to address. So Kayla, who I think is here in the webinar, and I decided we can make an event that talks specifically about hardships in research. And Kayla, are you here?
Yeah, hi.
Oh, hi, Kayla. Okay, I'll let her explain it because she knows it much better than I do.
Well, hi, everyone. Congratulations, 2023 scholars. I'm a 22 scholar, so I was in your shoes a year ago freaking out. Yeah, I get all the vibes. But yeah, this webinar, we're gonna kind of merge the happiness of being Goldwater and the hardships that may come with that. And I am the first student to win at my school. So it's been very heavy on me being the first to kind of carry all the opinions of others and things of that nature and carry on research and feel like you have to be at this level all the time and forgetting that you're a human. So we're gonna get real vulnerable, real personal. And if you wanna come and just express yourself, and if you're new to research, as I feel like everyone's technically new if you're not in grad school, only a couple years in. So just talk about your experiences as being in research. And so like Teddy said, it's on the 25th. So if you are available, please come by, and we're gonna get real. We're gonna have panelists. It's gonna be a great time. So yeah.
Thanks, Kayla. Okay. Then without further ado, that concludes the majority of the events we want to share with you. This is so we do have t-shirts that you can buy if you want, but I didn't want to put this in the official agenda because it kind of feels like I'm asking for money. But if you don't want one, just pretend you didn't see the slide. But I want to thank you all again for coming to the introduction webinar. I'm very happy to see the faces of you who have your cameras on, and sure Leah feels the same way.
100%. It's so nice to actually see everyone, and we're very excited that you have all joined. I think we can just close it off there. If you want to go to the next slide, Teddy.
Yeah.
We wanted to show you our faces again as if you're not seeing them right now in the webinar, but we're really excited that you're here, and please, like 100%, please feel free to reach out to us with questions during this time, like we're going to stick around, or actually on Slack and DMing. That is going to be the main way that we'll sort of be in contact. So if you want to get involved in the GSC, if you want to learn about us, if you have questions about anything, we were all in your shoes. We all are still in your shoes. So please just let us know. Yeah, and we'll see you at the welcome party. So yay.
Yay. Okay, so I think I personally, and maybe some of the people on the council will stay after, but the official event is over. Thank you all for coming.